Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Matthews. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And here I will be drawing the main character on a project that I will elaborate on a little further, but first I wanted to introduce myself. I am from the United States, and my drawing history began when I was in kindergarten, tracing video game covers from Final Fantasy VII to Dragon Ball games, Sonic the Hedgehog, and you'll eventually see that that is a lot of where my artistic style is inspired from. Um, I feel like I've always been a little, unmotivated or not very confident in my art skills, regardless of how many times I've heard that I should make an attempt to do this as a profession. I just never felt like I was that good. But I figured now is as good a time as any to try and get myself out there and hopefully build an audience who is interested in what I'm working on, as well as maybe inspire some other people to get creative and, attempt to make their own series or characters, or maybe you just enjoy watching people draw in hyperlapse. Now, the inspiration for the clothing on this character is a combination of the professional wrestling boots, the pants, the soldier outfit from Final Fantasy VII, and the sleeveless vest is actually inspired by the professional wrestler Cody Rhodes. He wore a similar vest back in, I think, 2011, and it just struck me as, it'd be really cool if a comic or manga book character wore something like that, or at least was inspired. Now, the series that I'm hoping to start that this character resides in, a little bit of a rundown without spoiling too much, is a lot of people in this world have abilities, whether they be the power to manipulate electricity like this character, fire, time manipulation, gravity, or even just the ability to grow food. Unfortunately, these people were prosecuted heavily by the police force, and they aren't looked up to at all. They're not heroes. They're looked at as, I guess, devils or hellspawn. Now, there are people who use their abilities for evil, and those who kind of use it to help, or just act neutrally, like this character. I want to introduce a lot of issues that we deal with in modern society, especially here in the United States where I'm from. And I'm hoping as a concept and a story, it translates well and is eye-capturing. Maybe if there's enough interest and subscribers, I will, live draw a page or two when I'm working on chapters, which I will be getting to within the next 40 days or so. My next video, I want to introduce just concepts for the sidekick slash rival character, because every series needs one of those, as well as some of the female cast, the main villain, and I also want to introduce another series I want to work on first to get, the ball rolling, and I want to get a feel for it. It's going to be a short series, maybe a couple of one-shots, and it'll be about a normal guy who ends up dating a witch. I don't really know how else to explain that. Now here, as you can see, I am beginning to ink, and I'm not very confident with heavy shadows quite yet. I have an inspiration with that. I've watched a lot of live drawings from Jim Lee David Finch, some other things on Proco. You can check out their YouTube channel. But I don't feel like I'm confident enough to use such heavy shadowing quite yet. Nor do I think I'll do it anywhere near as good. So you'll see me kind of dabble into it and eventually give up and just use less shadowing. Now I'm just gonna let the drawing run for a bit so you can stop hearing me run my mouth. I also want to apologize in advance for my camera setup. I know most professional YouTubers who do art have a very elaborate tripod setup, but I actually just took my fiance's tripod for her phone and her standing desk and used that to film. And I'm now realizing that if I were to do a live drawing, I need to buy a laptop and a webcam. Maybe I'll get to that a little later. And around this time, I realized that I wasn't filling the page quite enough, so I decided to throw a moon in there. I should have looked up a reference, so apologies for the not so great craters, but I did what I could. Then I add some smoke effects to show that he used his other hand as well. And just some squigglies. Doing the internal lines to kind of differentiate them from the electricity effects. Oh, my pen supply isn't super extensive, so going through and kind of just putting a big shadow in the background with my pencil. Nothing too crazy. And just kind of smudging it around. Now I'm going to come in and shore up some lines, and I wanted to make the electricity stand out a little more. I'm trying to pick a pen here, forgive me. I was cleaning up some shadows. Now I'm going to come in and I wanted the lines to feel less stiff with the electricity, since electricity is something that moves very quickly. So I wanted that to have more action. Here's a few close-ups. And this is the completed piece. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And leave a comment with a critique.